Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Taurus June Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements, because sometimes those resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All right, Taurus, we're going to see what you've got going on in the month of June. I feel like it's important to kind of like get creative this month. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Especially if you've been waiting for something to come to fruition, or you've been working really hard towards a goal and you still feel like it's out of reach. I feel like you need to know, like, it's already done. Once you ask for something, once you feel a desire for something, once that spark is like present in you, it's already created. Like, time does not exist. The only thing that is keeping you from that is that you're just not on the same frequency, right? You're just on a different frequency. And when you get into the space of like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for something to manifest, you're just keeping yourself in this frequency that's like just out of reach of what you want. And so I feel like it's important for you, like whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish, to manifest, whatever it is that you're waiting for, start acting as if it's already in your reality, like completely, right? Go about your day as if you already have this. If you're wanting, that's probably not a good example. I was going to say, if you're wanting financial freedom, act like you have financial freedom, but that would probably encourage you to just spend a lot of money. But stop, like, let go of speaking about things as if, you know how a lot of tarot readings will be like, your blessings are coming, what you want, it's on its way to you, it's almost here. June is the month that you'll be blessed. Next week will be the best week of your life. Everything is like future focused, not now, right? And so it's like you're constantly manifesting things being in your future and not in your present. And so if you can just kind of like change the way that you're thinking about things, change the way that you're talking about things, and get yourself like in that feeling of abundance, in that feeling of what it is that you already want, because the feeling, your energy is what's going to match you to that frequency of what you want. I also feel like it's like, try to bring some sort of like creativity into your day-to-day routine. Try to bring some level of spontaneity into your routine. Creativity is feminine energy, which is the energy of abundance, which is the energy of love. And so whatever you can do to embrace that energy would be really helpful. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a good month for love for you, for abundance. Let's see if we can get more clarity on the message. Yeah, you've got the unicorn. You also have the Owl card, which is Goddess Lakshmi, which is abundance. You're in the energy of abundance. You're in the energy to manifest love. You've done everything that you've needed to do. You've surrendered. You're surrendering to faith. Like your energy is amazing. You're in the right energy. The fire ant is your guidance for the month, and the fire ant is asking you to be mindful of your triggers and try not to react so quickly when you're feeling triggered. If you've ever seen the movie A Bug's Life, you know, like in the very beginning of the movie, like they're all walking in the straight line, bringing the food or whatever to whatever, right? And this big branch comes and falls right in front of them, and they all freak the fuck out. Like, oh my God, we're screwed. What are we going to do, right? And all they had to do was walk around, right? But because they've always walked on that path, they've always done things that way. When something came in that was different, they did not know how to handle it. But something that to keep in mind is when you're wanting abundance, love, when you're wanting anything, the receiving of that requires a shift in energy, right? And so when triggers come up, when all of a sudden some things start seeming like very different, or things start seeming chaotic, we freak out and we think that we must be moving in the wrong direction, or oh my God, I was wrong, this is not something that's meant for me, or whatever, and we start freaking out, and then we start running backwards, or we feel like we're going backwards. But that is the very moment that the door is opening for us to manifest what we want. It's just that we have to be mindful of how we're reacting to that energy, right? Because if you're wanting to manifest abundance, right? And you've always walked this path. You've always walked this way every day. You always walk this one little path, right? And you keep asking for abundance, and abundance is right here, right? And you keep asking, and you keep walking, you're like, I don't see it, I don't see it, I don't see it, I don't see it. And then all of a sudden this door falls in front of you, and you start freaking out, and you're like, oh my God, now my path is closed off. What am I going to do? And you start going back the other way, but your abundance is right there. The door fell so you could walk around and find your abundance. Do you know what I mean? I know I sound like a dork, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. All right, let's see if we can get a little more details on this message. Anything else you need to be aware of for the month of June? Yeah, you're showing up as 9 of Pentacles. Like your growth has been amazing. You've been on this amazing path of self-love, of showing value to yourself. You might feel like you're alone in this journey, but you really, like the 9 of Pentacles is like you really are in a beautiful in this beautiful space of growth. You've accomplished a lot. The next step with the 9 of Pentacles is the 10 of Pentacles. It's like the ultimate abundance, the ultimate relationship. What's crossing you is the Hangman. So the difficulty that you're finding is you feel stuck, right? And you're feeling stuck because you're simply asking for a change. You're asking for something different, and you have to get yourself into a different frequency or look at a different perspective. You're stuck in your comfort zone. That's a message that has been coming up a lot. We're always like 9 times out of 10, we're seeking comfort, right? We want love so we can feel comfortable. We want financial abundance so we can feel comfortable and secure, so we're not having to worry about money, right? And so we're constantly seeking comfort, and anything that comes along that makes us feel comfortable, we're gonna cling to it. But comfort does not produce change. And so if you're wanting something different than what you have now, you have to be okay with not being comfortable in the process to get there. Because that's what's holding you back. The need for that comfort and that security. You're in such a good space. You're in such a good energy. Like, it's literally going to take like one little perspective shift, and you'll be exactly where you need to be. What you're struggling with is the Death card. It's that complete transformation. What you're asking for is completely different than where you're at now, and that requires a complete shift of your energy. I feel like there's a lot of activity for you this month. There's a lot of things that might have the potential to trigger you, but those are exactly the things that are needed to get you in the space of growth. For some of you, there might be somebody from your past coming back around wanting to reconnect. The Devil card is saying no. No. You're not taking anything back from the past. You're manifesting change. You're manifesting something new. The outcome is King of Wands. This is you stepping into your power. This is you saying, okay, I'm okay with not being comfortable for a little bit. I'm going to take action. I'm going to follow my inspiration. I'm going to take my power back. I also feel like whatever this dream is, oh wow, you're manifesting something amazing. I do feel like there's a person from your past coming back around that is very toxic that you need to say no to, like, very quickly. But there also is like a past life connection coming in. This is somebody that like you're meant to be with, and I feel like you know that. I can talk. You'll know the past toxic person. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like there's going to be any question about who you should choose. For some of you, I feel like there might be a need to completely cut off this toxic past person so this new person can come in. And that might be the comfort thing. That might be the person that you're still holding on to a little bit for comfort. The Eight of Swords. Did you get this, or did the spider web? No, that was Aries. If you're connected to Aries, you might want to, if you have a lot of Aries in your chart, or if you're connected to somebody who's in Aries, you might want to watch that reading. Your traditional way of thinking is the thing that is keeping you stuck, period. Nothing else. What you want is already here. You just have to get out of your own way with your fears and and keep in mind that the things that are popping up this month that are triggering you, that are bringing up insecurities, even though it's not the most pleasant thing, they're coming up for you so you can look at it and look at it from a different perspective and understand, okay, this is my point of change. Okay, when this trigger comes up, usually I do A, B, and C, right? And every time I do A, B, and C, I still keep seeing the same triggers. So now this trigger is coming up again, so I have to do something different, right? And it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's your point of change. That's where you're able to step into that change. What you're not seeing is Ace of Wands. This is also Aries got this exact card in the exact same position. So you're not seeing the potential for change. Like, there's a huge potential for change this month. You've like done so much. Like, you've grown so much. Everything has like felt very slow moving. And so because things have been so slow moving, you're accepting like little breadcrumbs, and you have to get out of that space, right? Because the breadcrumbs, they give you a little bit of comfort. They satisfy that hunger a tiny bit, but it's not satisfying your needs, right? And so you have to let go of settling for the things that are giving you comfort. When these insecurities come up, when this person comes back around and you go, okay, but I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life if I don't like connect to somebody. That's a fear. Don't do that. Don't go back in that same energy, because you're 100% in a good space. You're like right there. You're right there. See the triggers this month as your blessing. See the triggers as the opportunity to step into the change that you want. But stepping into the change requires doing something differently than you would normally do. Love you guys. Have a good month.